Today I'm going to use this wooden plaque from Dollar Tree to make a crackled pumpkin. First I'm going to take some of this antique wax by Waverly to rub on and rub in with a wet wipe. Just rubbing it over the top and over the edges too. I'm not focusing on getting full coverage because I'm going to end up dry brushing some more colors on the sides. Now I'm going to take some acrylic paint in the color Bittersweet Orange and just try to brush it on kind of thickly on top so that it will show underneath my crackle. And once that's dry, I'm going to add a thick coat of this Elmer's glue. I'm smoothing it all over the top where I want the paint to be nice and crackled. I'm making sure that I get a pretty thick coat. And then before that's dry, I'm going to use this Waverly Plaster Color Chalk Paint to paint on a thick layer of paint on top of that. I'm kind of going to wipe the extra off the edges, but we'll blend that in later. And then I'm going to use my heat tool to let it dry. You can wait for it to air dry, but I was really eager to see this crackle start. Look at that. So neat. Now I'm going to take some more of this orange and just lightly dry brush it on the edges to kind of pull all my colors together on the sides as well. You can kind of rub off if you get a little too much. Just kind of work it in a little bit there. And then once that's dry, now I'm going to dry brush on some white. Just all over the edges, lightly brushing it on. You don't want to completely cover the orange. You want to still have it peeking through, kind of like it does on the front. And then I'm going to take my sanding block and blend in the edges. While that's drying, I'm going to make a little sunflower to hang from my pumpkin stem. This wooden circle I had already had a little hole in it, so I'm taking advantage of that and running my wire through it so that I can wrap it around the stem later. And then I'm just covering it over with some of the Waverly wax, and I'm cutting my corn husk and ripping them into little strips. Now, I was a little worried that the hot glue wouldn't stick good to the wax, so I ended up painting it over with just some brown acrylic paint. Now I'm going to fold my little strips in half and start gluing them all the way around the little wooden circle. Once I make it all the way around the circle, I'm going to go back over with another layer of little corn husk petals to just give it some good coverage there. You can see that it's nice and full now. And then I'm just going to pick off pieces from this pine cone that I had and glue them kind of in the center, all on top of each other, just to kind of make the center of the flower. And here it is. Now I'm going to grab my wooden piece and I'm going to hot glue this stick onto the top for a stem. And once that's dry really well, I'm going to take the sunflower. I'm going to wrap that wire a couple times around the stem and then find something to twist it around to make that little curlicue shape. Now this is just a strip of fabric that I had already torn. I decided just to tie it in a little knot and trim the ends, and I thought it was simple and cute. And y'all, just look at that orange shining through where that paint crackled. I just love this technique so much. I really appreciate you watching my video, and if you could like, share, or comment, it really would mean the world to me. Have a blessed day.